Those crates are from some of my suppliers. I have not had time to catalog and verify each piece yet, so please be careful. I keep some of my personal collection on display to remind me how much I love my job. I imagine your collection would be quite different. If one more agent tries to drink out of that horn on a dare, I will make certain new policies are put in place and enforced by Persephone herself. Persephone has always liked her marble statues. However, her temper sometimes gets the better of her. Hence why I keep a spare billet. The design of that chair is always fascinating. While serpents are a common theme in some societies, I've never quite been able to place its origins. I see you noticed the statue in the back. Perhaps if Persephone was more saintly in her ways, she would prefer it to her usual sculptures. I pride myself on my hospitality towards clients. A comfortable place to relax is the least I can give those who wait for an appraisal. I have acquired many wares since your last visit. They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Nowhere do I find that to be more true than in dealing with art. It is always nice to see you.
I was wondering if I would see you again.
I only break out the champagne for very special occasions, like when I create a new masterpiece, or if one of you brings it home without a scratch. Those are some of my most prized trophies from the races in Monaco. There really is nothing quite like the thrill of the Grand Prix. Do you like my old race outfit?
Attention.
It may not have
Please
the
remember to
feeling
print out your expense reports and personally hand them to someone in accounts payable, or your reimbursement will be delayed for up to 7 weeks.
Promised me I would have that entire storage bay for myself. But now look at it. I have to share it with Reddick. If you are waiting for your vehicle to be fixed, feel free to have a seat. With the usual damage you all cause, it may be a while.
Keeping the fire burning out there? Man, I hope you're not here to complain about your score. Like I tell all the others, you want to get better? You gotta practice your game. See that grid? That's how I visualize the tracks I'm laying down for you agents. Pretty cool technology, am I right? Hey, time to mix it up? I think it's wanting me to update the operating system. If I do that, I'll lose all my bootleg add-ons. Of course, Persephone would just pay for them. Haha! You like that, huh? It's how I mix it all up for you guys. You know, add a beat here, a little bass drop there, and give you guys something you can really dance to.
That dark matter crystal is the main power Told them this was dry clean on, but did they listen? Hell no, this shit.
I wonder who they'll get to play me if they ever make a Mayhem movie.
I always like to design a new weapon by hand. It breathes a little life into it the moment the pencil touches the paper. That workbench was my granddad's. Yep, made my first pea shooter there when I was 10. Almost shot my eye out too. Oh, don't worry, that's 4 barrels, so don't get your knickers in a twist over it. Feels like the real thing. You tell Mixer to stay away from that. I don't need him scratching any more of my records. That globe won't be the only thing spinning if you drink what's in there. That's my private stock. That's where I make my personal ammunition. If I use that for you agents, I'd never leave the bench.
Tomorrow from 800 to 1600 UTC. Thank you.
You didn't think I made every weapon by hand, did you? Sometimes a little technology is a good thing. Well, don't tell Grandma I said that. Gracing me with your presence, I see. Always good to see your face around. You look like you've been busy. Good to see you. Gremlin may take the credit for building glory, but I designed it. Don't let her tell you otherwise.
Well, next Monday is a holiday observed by a wide array of cultures. Management would like to remind you that if you want days off, then maybe you should have picked a different job. Okay, then.
Oh, those are projects I haven't gotten around to yet. At least the ones from this month. The rest are in storage somewhere. Sometimes you have to build something real small, like those tracking chips we put in all you agents. Wait, was I not supposed to mention those? Honestly, I have no idea what I was building there. But don't worry, it's not dangerous or anything. I think. You want to know how I fabricate most of your weapons? Well, there you go. Without that little baby, I'm pretty sure we'd all be out of a job. Everyone needs a little kick in the patootie sometimes, and nothing helps like some motivational sayings. Don't you agree? Don't you go borrowing any of my tools without permission, you hear? I'm still looking for my darn torque wrench. With all the running around and high buildings you agents jump off of, I figured it was worth it to have a few prosthetic legs laying around. You know, just in case.
There is a wonderful poetry to the patterns and colors used in this painting. The subject perfectly conveys beauty, opulence, elegance, and
Mayhem personnel.
deadly
This is
nature.
a reminder.
Wouldn't you agree,
Please submit your
Agent?
vacation requests to HR by this time next week. This will give me ample time to deny them.
I keep stock of every bottle I have, Agent. If one goes missing, I know who I'm sending for first. There is something to be said for classic sculpture. So stoic, so cold, yet so eternal. Relic certainly knows what suits my taste. One of my favorite pieces, done by the Welsh artist James Taylor. So striking, and yet so subtle. That sword was a gift from an old rival of mine. Of course, he did not know he gifted it to me until I ran it through his heart. Such a pleasant memory.
I may be a part of Mayhem, but I'll always have pride in my home country, despite how they were among the first to bow down to Legion. Please be careful with that. Those are the remains of my beloved Yorkshire, Lily. She died the week before Devil's Night. Not a particularly good time for me. My mom gave me that, a reminder of my upbringing. Not sure she'd approve of what I do now, however. That was taken in Denmark. Janelle and I, and some other agents were on holiday there on a during some downtime. Look, forget I said anything, okay?
For decades, Legion existed in secret, preying upon an unsuspecting world. So when we chose to go public with a global attack, I had my misgivings. But I was in charge of the heliporter, shuffling armies the way a croupier deals cards. And I must admit, I got swept up in the moment. I, Persephone Brimstone, Legion Minister, Queen of Thieves, with my devoted husband, the Minister of Envy. We joined the others to rejoice in our victory, but I alone knew the madness of the Morning Star's ambition. And now it was time to play my hand.
Welcome to Mayhem, Agent. You now stand on the front lines in the global war against the forces of evil. A war that began on a day none of us will ever forget.
Reports of multiple terrorist attacks,
both civilian and military targets.
Precipitando fuego. Tengan cuidado.
On the 30th of October, a terrorist army appeared out of nowhere, shattering the global power structure in one fell swoop. No one had ever seen anything like them before. Teleportation technology instantly placed them where they could do the most harm. Their weapons and vehicles, powered by dark matter, overwhelmed all conventional forces. They wiped out entire armies and somehow eliminated every nuclear weapon on Earth. The death toll was in the millions, from Moscow to Seoul to poor, doomed Sydney. The devastation reached every corner of the globe. Only in the aftermath did we learn the destructive power of Legion, the private army of a man known only as the Morning Star. The remnants of the world's militaries retreated to their homelands. It seemed no one could stop the Morning Star's rise. Fortunately, Ultor Corporation enlisted the one person capable of striking back at Legion on their own ruthless terms.
Stop. I can't take anymore.
What? This is what you asked for.
No, Friday. I wanted instructional content, not melodrama, not this terror porn. Who selected this content anyway?
Our psych department geared it for maximum appeal to the borderline types you tend to recruit. New agents need to feel they've joined their kind of crusade, and they need a leader they can believe in.
Please. They all know I used to work for the Morning Star. At best with me, it is a case of bad versus evil. Anyway, they're not in this fight for my sake. They all have their own reasons for saving the world.